The Truth Girls.
Hi everyone, Truth Girl Sonia here. Well, I am going to Mexico. I am going to visit my friend Karen. You guys remember Truth Girl Karen? She is now an English teacher and she lives in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. And I decided I'm gonna go down and see her. And you know, in this video actually I just want to talk a little bit about travel because people have asked me, how do I travel? Because I don't have a lot of money. I mean, I live in a small apartment and whatever. I really don't have a lot of money, but somehow I get traveling in my budget. And it is doable. It can be done. I guess I'm going to tell you, first of all, why I travel, because you know, my life is hard. I mean, you guys know, my husband's disabled, my son has disabilities, I've been going through all kinds of stuff, I'm talking about everything on the internet. So, you know, I have a lot of difficulty and I struggle with depression and whatever. I need some good experiences, and I just find that travel and having experiences in life is so much more meaningful than having stuff. When you're on vacation, when you have a chance to really relax, this is, for you, if you're having trouble with depression, adrenal fatigue, this is really good therapy, good medicine, because it's going to give your nervous system a chance to relax. And if you're the mother of a kid with special needs, or you have like extra stress like that in your life, you probably really need that, because the constant intense stress burn you out. So I think it's way better to spend the money on travel and really get so much therapy. I mean, a little vacation of like 5 or 6 days, it's like going to rehab. It's like going to adrenal fatigue or depression rehab, and then you come back and it can like really help your body recover from the stress and your mind, and you come back really refreshed. And the other thing is, when I go with my son, I find it's really good for our relationship, because you take away all the demands and all the stress. Both of us are very relaxed and we're together, we have a really good time, and I find it's really bonding for us and for my son, because he's had a lot of troubles, bad experiences too. Again, it's all over the internet, it's all on my channel. For him, I think it's nice to have a time where that stuff is just not there and he can just enjoy himself. So I find that the travel, for me, it's really worth it. And actually, I also had a lot of trouble with my teeth. That's also all over my channel. I've explained all about it with my teeth. And I'm thinking of going down to Playa to see the Mexican dentist, because dental care in Canada is super expensive. Like, to get my teeth done properly is outside my budget. I mean, it could be like $3,000 per tooth. But what I think the only solution is to get porcelain instead of plastic, and maybe some of the mercury out, get porcelain. It's probably going to last a long time, but I can't afford it here. But in Mexico, it's much more affordable. So I'm hoping that I can go down there and go see the dentist that Karen saw. She had very good results with him, and I'm hoping he might be able to fix a couple of my teeth, so those teeth will be okay for like the next 20 years. So I want to talk a little bit about how to be able to afford to travel when you don't have a lot of income. And I think probably, well, the most important thing is, number one, you need to be motivated. You need to decide that you actually do want to travel. You need to set a goal. Like, if it's really important to you, and it becomes a very clear goal that you can work towards, that's key. Because if you're kind of like, yeah, I'd like to go somewhere, but nah, then you're not going to be able to be as disciplined with your spending as you would if you were really focused on that goal. Because that's what it's going to come down to, being very disciplined with your spending. Income-wise, obviously, for somebody like myself who doesn't have like a real career, I have pretty limited income. The only thing to do about income is to try to find other streams of income, such as, like, I have been going out with my keyboard this summer. So if you can find some things like that, like you have a hobby, you have a talent, like I play keyboard, try to find a way that you can make some money with that. Go out in the street, do busking, whatever. You might have some things like that you can do. And then the rest of it is all about being disciplined with your spending. And first of all, I want to talk about a couple things where these are things that are important to consider, because they will make you spend more money sort of indirectly, you'll see. First of all, TV. I don't have TV, I don't have cable, not only because it's expensive and a waste of money. I get free DVDs from the library. What do I need to pay 60, 70 bucks a month for cable for. I don't even have Netflix. With cable, you're being exposed to a lot of ads. When you see ads, it puts it in your mind that you need stuff. If you just never watch TV and you never watch ads, ever, you're going to see that you don't even know what's out there. So that is going to decrease your spending. 2, magazines. Don't even open women's magazines. Don't read them because it's going to make you want stuff. Oh, look at those clothes. When really you might have a lot of nice clothes. Maybe they're older, but it doesn't matter. You have everything you need, maybe. You open a magazine, you start feeling like you need more stuff. Another thing is stay away from shopping malls and stores. Again, if you go in, you're going to realize that there's cool stuff out there that you might want. So try not to tempt yourself. Another thing is, if there is something that you really do want, don't buy on impulse. All my shopping is planned. I buy my tank tops. Where's my tank top? I buy my tank tops from one place. I buy my jeans from Forever 21, 10 bucks a pair. I buy my shirts from Old Navy. I buy my socks from a dollar store. Like, I have specific places where I get all my basics. And when I decide I need to go shopping, I look at, I need new jeans. My jeans are falling apart, whatever. I make a planned trip to a specific store with a specific item in mind. I go in, I buy it, and I leave. I don't browse. And if you do that, women tend to spend maybe a lot of money on clothes. You do that, it's going to cut down on your spending a lot. You don't go in, you don't browse, you don't look around. I know some of you really enjoy that. I can do without it, but I find this is really helpful. And it's same thing for makeup. I know exactly what I'm going to use. I know exactly what I need. When I need it, I make one trip to Sephora, I get my refills, and I leave. I don't buy a lot of other stuff in general, stuff for the home, just stuff that you need, like your pharmacy stuff or whatever. Food, that's it. Okay, let's say you are out and you see something that you want, or you see it online. Don't buy it right away. Don't ever impulse shop. Unless it's something that you've wanted for a long time, you finally found it, that's not impulse shopping. But if you go out and you're like, oh, this is so cool, I think I really want it, don't buy it, go home, sleep on it, maybe sleep on it for a few days, maybe a week. Think about it, do you really need it? Because you'll probably find that you don't really need most of those things. I don't own my own home, I have an apartment, utilities are included. I find that it's more affordable than having a home. I don't have a car, which that has some disadvantages in life, definitely. But it's also very expensive. If I really need a car, I can rent one. Like I said, I don't shop much. When I do, it's very planned, it's very organized, it's very frugal. I don't go to the movies. I don't go to shows. I don't drink. I don't spend money on entertainment, basically. You have to make like a budget, figure out what you can spend, figure out how much you want to save for your vacation, and then you got to stick to it. And all those things that I told you, like, don't expose yourself to stuff that's going to make you want stuff, and don't buy things that you don't really need. That's going to help a lot. You can make your money go a lot further if you do that. If you can find another source of income, like turn your talent into a hobby, like I said, or you have books in your house, you have records, whatever, you can sell your stuff. Another thing is impulse spending with things like food. Like when you leave the house, don't leave when you're hungry, bring snacks with you, and keep in mind that if you buy a coffee every day, even that, it really adds up. So make sure that you're paying attention to how you're spending your money on food. So that's what I wanted to cover, just basically. So I guess you could take that information and just sort of write some stuff down, what your budget is, what you would want to spend, and where you could tweak things. Like, for example, I got rid of my landline. I have a wireless that is with my cell phone company for like $5 a month. So there's things you can do, maybe, to reduce your expenses, and maybe there's things you can do to increase your income. And then the next part would be, how do you find affordable travel deals? But I can't cover everything in one video, so I'm just going to leave it at that. And I hope the information in this video was useful to you, and I hope that you get to have your vacation. So anyhow, I'm going to go down to Playa. I'm going to see Karen, and we're probably going to make some videos. And yeah, I will let you know how it goes. So thanks for liking and sharing this video. And thanks for listening to me, and I'll see you next time.